I'm sorry. It's not you, it's me. No, it is you. You just don't fulfill my needs anymore. I'm sorry. I found someone else. Hey baby, how you doing? Today I will be unboxing Miniart's 1/48 scale P47D 28RA Thunderbolt. More specifically, the Pacific Theater of Operations version. Now, Miniart, they started off with the P47 last year in 2023 with the D25RE, and they completely shocked everybody with how amazing the detail and the surface prep was. So this is basically a reboxing of that, but I mean, if there was nothing to fix, then why fix it? Now this kit comes with 3 marking options, which we'll go into a little more detail later on. All bare metal, and the cover art featured a very nice pin-up. So, quick rundown on the P47, one of the most famous American fighters of World War II, nicknamed the Jug. Whereas most US fighters had 6 50 caliber machine guns, this one had 8, so it packed a little more of a punch than the others. Very tough and robust. I know personally if I were a pilot in World War II, I'd feel very safe flying the P47. So yeah, you just got your plastic parts and the instructions and decals. This is one of their basic kits. Miniart does this thing where they do an advanced and a basic version. So the basic one is what you'd find in any standard model kit, the plastic parts and the decals, whereas the advanced kit comes with photo etch, and they give you the ability to display the engine and the gun base. Alright, so let's take a look at the plastic parts. Check out that surface detail. That is brilliant engineering. I mean, those rivets, they're just so subtle. You never did anything like that for me. And look at those positive rivets too. That is amazing. Now, truth be told, I would have rather have unboxed an advanced version of one of the P47s, but apparently you guys know what's good. It's all sold out at the moment, but no biggie. Net sprue here. Looks to be parts for the wheel well, the guns, and the tires. I believe this kit gives you, well, I thought it was 3 options. I only see 2 here. Maybe it's just 2. 1/2 of the fuselage. Again, very nice surface detail. Gives you an idea of why everybody called it the Jug. These are your clear plastic parts. Not that many, just the canopy and a few lights, as well as the gun sight. These next 2 tiny sprues here, parts for the cockpit, the side walls, the floor. Actually, these might be the exact same. Well, regardless, detail very nice. They even go through the trouble of molding in all those wires so you don't have to add any yourself. These nuts too are the exact same. So we'll just take a look at one of them. Fuel tanks, bombs, more fuel tanks. Being a Pacific Theater Thunderbolt, yeah, they used a lot of drop tanks. Second half of the fuselage, same as the first. Here's your propeller. It's 4-bladed, but just split in two. Another cool feature, this was the third option of tires I was thinking of. One is flattened, so you can give the illusion of weight. Now, this sprue here leaves a little bit to be desired. There is a few tiny amounts of flash here and there, but not anything that just can't be scraped off. And the last sprue is a bit of a mix of everything. Rudder, elevator, closed wheel wells, ailerons, air brakes, engine cowls, and a few cockpit parts. Again, I am stunned at the surface detail in this one. So now time for a quick look at the instructions, but not before looking at the decals first. Like most decals printed by Cartograph, they do give you an option for a full instrument panel of decals, as well as a more transparent one. And this second sheet here is just all stencils. So for those who like to have their patience tested, there you go. And now for the instruction booklet. The cover's printed in color. So right off the bat, you get the first option for your markings, a yellow-nosed P47, and your parts map on this page, continued, and the color map, which calls for either Vallejo, Mr. Color, AK Real Color, Mission Models, Ammo by MiG, or Tamiya. And construction starts with the seat and the rest of the cockpit. Now, I normally am not a fan of molded in seat belts, but from what I saw, it actually looked very good. And Thunderbolt, being such a big plane, had a nice spacious cockpit, unlike most World War II fighters. Next is the tail wheel. Then you move on to the fuselage interior. Interesting decision to have the radio antenna installed before the fuselage goes together. So then the two halves are joined with the cockpit and the turbocharger exhaust. Then you start work on the engine, which I believe in the advanced kit you have a few more parts, which include photo etch and maybe a few more plastic parts. But even without that, it's very detailed. And the rudder goes on next. Engine cowling is assembled, and you have the option to have the cowl flaps open or closed. Then the tail wheel is installed, and then it's on to the wheel wells. Again, the detail was very nice on that. So flaps, ailerons added next, then the wing halves go together. And that same thing for the opposite wing. Then start working on the tires. If I remember, these were molded in halves, so once you glue them together, you're gonna most likely have to rescribe that diamond tread. Then the wings go on to the fuselage and the landing gear, whether you decide to have them up or down. And for the most part, it's done after the canopy and propellers, and then you just have to decide what ordnance you're going to add on, whether you do drop tanks, bombs, and then yeah, that was it for assembly. Here's the Decals map for the stencils, and then your two other marking options. I believe the first one was also from 45. Yes. So basically these are all end of war Thunderbolts. In conclusion, best 48 scale P47 out there. I didn't know what a true Thunderbolt was until I was struck by this beauty, and I bet you didn't either. So feel free to pick up one of our many variants of Miniart P47s at Sunward Hobbies, in store or online. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on our socials, and until the next one, adios.